My name is Celestina or Tina Muñoz-Bryant, and I am the Director of TRIO Student Support Services, and I've been with USI for about 10 months now. My Latin heritage comes from the state of Chihuahua in Mexico. So I am a first-generation Mexican-American. My parents are immigrants, and so they worked in the copper fields in Arizona, so that's originally where I'm from. And so education was really pushed in my family. I think what excites me about higher ed is seeing students prosper, so that when they have that aha moment of I can do this and I'm able to do this, especially maybe students who didn't start off on the right track initially, and then after having a couple of conversations and then them just realizing the power that they have in themselves. And then, of course, graduation is what excites me. So, but getting them to that point and them having that aha moment is really rewarding and exciting in higher ed. I think our greatest challenge, which is also one of our biggest assets, is our families. So due to a lot of students, so I work a lot with first generation, low income students, and sometimes, we're encouraging them to be involved on campus, attend events on campus, and sometimes it requires staying late or staying over the weekend. And so we hear those challenges of I have to go home, I have responsibilities to my family, which is completely understandable. But having them have that balance act of equilibrium to make sure that they're still dedicated to their studies and they're still getting their university experience, but then also being able to stay and have that tight-knit group of a family, So I think it's our biggest challenge because sometimes, letting our kids fly and letting them grow into their own people, but then you still want them to stay home and close to family, because family is huge in the Latina culture. So I think, again, it's our biggest challenge, but also I would have to agree that it's also our biggest asset. I celebrate my culture every day, one, by being me. I try to make sure my Hispanicness is represented, and whether it's in my clothing, sometimes my personality, through artwork, I try to display it as much as possible. I think what I love about my culture the most is that while we celebrate our differences and what makes us unique, for example, like where I come from in Arizona and California, Mexican Americans refer themselves as Chicanos, but in Texas they may refer to themselves as Hispanics. And then in New York, it's all about where they're specifically from, so they're specifically Dominican or Puerto Rican or things like that. But at the end of the day, having the Latina or the Latinx culture or heritage behind us and what unifies us, I think. So we're able to be different and express those differences, but at the end of the day, we can come together as a community and be one.